Oh man, we're on to just deep dive number 2. Okay, so dig it, Marcus. We're going to look at that Emily Remler, which is just a totally badass arrangement of Softly, and it's kind of like just essentially a reharm of the chord changes, turning it into more of a wide open modal. And what's awesome is I'm going to show you what she does, and then I'm going to encourage you to do the exact same thing, but on My Funny Valentine. So that'll be like, we'll do a deep dive, we'll unpack this sucker, and then we will go into how you can apply it to one of the songs on the trio hit. Notice I fixed our focus, so that's a level up in life. Anyways, sorry about that. Last deep dive was out of focus, but I figured out how to fix it. So this looks a little bit better, so we're grateful for that. Okay, so Softly as in a Morning Sunrise. She's doing it in E minor. And why don't we take a quick listen to her version before we go any further so that we're all in. Okay, stand by. I'm gonna pull it up. Here is Emily's version and just what we're working on. Cool. Okay, so there it is. That's what we're working on. So first of all, we're in E minor. Oh, sorry. Something like that. Anyways, that's the melody basically. Okay. Okay, good. So E minor. And she does, the first thing I did, by the way, in order to unpack this for you and pick it up and transcribe it, was I focused on an instrument that I could actually hear, which was the bass. So I started with bass. I didn't start with guitar. I started with something where like the low-hanging fruit. What is it that my ear can pick up on right away? So let's take a look at the bass line that she does here. So first of all, she's going... Immediately you're like, you just all right away, hopefully when you heard that E to F, you were like, Nardis, what? Okay, so she goes chromatic, and right back down. So one more time, what is that? It's a chromatic passing tone back to E minor, like a harmonic minor, and back down. Dig it. So what exactly is happening there? Let's look at it closely. That is E minor, but we're going to do a chromatic passing. Flat 9, regular 9 to get to the third. So, and notice I'm doing this for fingerings. I'm using that as the pivot to get underneath here. So I'm then in a G position there. So I go from an E minor position to a G position. So up E minor. Now watch that. That's the harmonic minor, right? I'm sorry. So that's that flat 9, but then watch what she does there. She goes chromatic again. That's that bass line. So by the way, that note right there would be if you were doing an E raised 6 and 7. And that's that. That is that melodic minor, right? And you've heard that before. Right, that's the raised 6 and 7. We saw that in C melodic minor. Right? Dig it? Usually, by the way, you'll hear melodies that raise on the way up and lower on the way down. That's the classical. That's sort of would be a literal grab from how, if we were to do it exactly the way classical theory would want us to use that melodic minor. So E melodic minor, and then they would lower it on the way down. Because remember, the natural minor is just G major, but from E to E. So anyways, the left hand, that's the left hand. It introduces an F natural, C natural, and a C sharp. So got it? So that's the left hand. So it'd be good to just stop for a second, press play on your AnyTunes, and go ahead and just play along with her there. But let's keep moving. So what we do is we have the first chord. And what is that chord? That chord is a straight up E sus. And the minute you go E sus like that, you're just introducing this idea of a wide open sound. Look how different it is if I play an E minor. Yeah, the minute I go E minor or E minor 7, you're just establishing a very different mood. It becomes much more settled, solid, right? But if I go sus, you're just like, that's the thing you love, Marcus, is just this idea of an open sound, right? You want to be able to go anywhere, and that suggests that we're going to go somewhere interesting. Look what she does second. Ooh, so you have this F sound. It's not unlike Nardis, right? Okay. Right? That's the first two chords. How would I analyze that? I wouldn't overthink it, but I'd basically call it an F major with a sharp 11. Right? And we know that sound. Remember, we already saw that. So F major with the sharp 11, and watch it against the melody. Right, so that's the melody. And it works. Why does it work? Because what we've talked about. You've got melody, and then the chord underneath it could be almost anything. As long as you're leading with melody, which Emily is, she's just thinking, as long as that melody sings out above, I can get away with almost anything. Okay, here we go. So now we've got, then we go to an F sharp minor. Ooh, and that move right there is where the money gets put in the bank. Because watch this. We're here, and we think we're just going to kind of be like a Nardis vibe. Right, which is a cool open sound, but the minute she goes, ooh, that just takes it to a whole nother place. And honestly, I think that plus a move she does a little bit later is what really is what pulls us in harmonically. So that's an F sharp minor 7, and literally what she's playing there is F sharp minor 7. You could sort of think about it in different ways, but if you look at the melody, basically it works because the melody's still sitting on that B, so you have F sharp minor under that B becomes like the 11 in the F sharp. Okay, so she does this literally. what's that next chord? It sounds sexier than it actually is. It's just an E minor triad, but with that inversion over a G. So it's over the third. So now I've got E sus, F major sharp 11, F sharp minor 7, and now we've got that E minor over G. Yup. Now the next chord too is just a straight down the pike, nothing sexy at all. A minor. But again, this to me feels like the choice that's so sexy, going from this to here. It's almost like a tension, F sharp minor release, E minor over G. Doesn't that feel like a little bit of a release there? So now, so far we have watch what's going to happen here after the A minor. That's a straight up A minor triad. There's nothing crazy about that at all. We're going to take these two inner voicings and just move them right up. That's all she's doing. Sliding right up a fret on the git fiddle, and I'm sure it's just super easy to play and it sounds amazing. But she keeps the top voice E there, and that's why it sounds so cool. You should just explore those in any minor key. Right? Aha! So now we have how would I analyze this? It's kind of just passing motion, but you could think of it as the E minor, just an E minor 7. We're still in E minor, but we're missing the third there, right? If I play an E below, it feels like E. So A minor, E, and then watch this. That's sexy again. What is that actually? C in the bass, and all she's doing is playing C major triad. C major triad. So again, much like that E minor over G, A minor, weird E minor, 7 over B, C major, ooh, and this is my favorite part. She goes up to C sharp, and look what she does. She leaps up, and what she's doing is an A dominant 7 over C sharp. Back down, just the way you came up. It's just exactly the way you came up. So, last thing to do, and then you're done with this deep dive because it's all you from here on out. We just add the arrangement. How does she apply it to the band? How would you apply it to the trio? How would you think about Byron doing something like that? Well, Byron's playing the downbeat, and then the piano's answering with the chords, right? And that's that whole band. Dig it? Okay, now the last thing to just consider is the melody. And you could come up, this is something you can challenge yourself on. I was sort of playing around with to see if I could do it, but basically see if the left hand can cover all the chords. Just see if you can put it in the left hand. Like that. That'd be a really fun exercise to do. Okay, so last thing, and then we're done. This is a long video. This is a serious deep dive. So you should watch this sucker a bunch until it's just, or just pause it a lot and make sure that all of this is under your fingers, because there's so much good content. And this is the kind of thing that it's going to level up the type of D minor stuff you like to do. And here's how we're going to level it up. You're going to apply it to a melody, like right? And instead you're going to think, what could I just borrow from Emily's arrangement? Like, could I do something like, I'm just making it up here, but I'm taking the spirit of what she does, and I'm thinking, maybe I'd have to do it slightly differently, but you get the idea. You can start playing around with it like that. You take this sort of the sentiment and the whole energy behind that arrangement of Softly, and you apply it to another tune you're doing, like My Funny Valentine, and all of a sudden it becomes yours, because you're borrowing from an arrangement or that was really inspiring to you. You're learning exactly what she's doing, but then you're saying, I'm going to apply the idea behind this to another ballad, right, or another tune, and then My Funny Valentine no longer sounds like anybody else's. It's starting to sound like Marcus, because you're sort of cherry picking from all these different songs you love, and you're applying the concepts to your own unique arrangement for your trio. And that's the ticket to the madness there. That's how you get that sort of thing that's only Marcus's version of a trio, rather than Nate's version, or just using only Emily's arrangement or somebody else's in your trio. Okay, dig it. Deep dive done. Good luck with it. Have fun.